It's your girl Jill, aka Jilly Vanilli, and I'm here with my bitch,
Nik, aka Nicoletti Spaghetti.
and it's the Wasted Truth podcast, guys.
We're back.
Hey,
Well, hello.
hi. We're not where we usually are.
Yes, we're in somewhere very different today. It's sexy. It's very sexy.
It's so sexy in here, guys.
These chairs are also really comfy. I want these for my house.
I want everything in here. We're at Nelson's
True.
Greenbrier, and we have
Hello.
Phil with us.
Hi.
Hi. Say hi.
Everyone, say hi, Phil. If you're in your car, say hi, Phil.
The double hands.
The double.
Phil, that's my favorite way to say hi to someone. It's so stupid, and I love it. Phil runs the events over here, and what a fucking venue!
It's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
This is my first time in here. If you guys have never been here, please come here. It's just come here and just look around, buy stuff, tip people.
I mean, please.
Well, obviously.
But no,
that's a given.
I didn't know what to expect because I've actually never been in this building, but wow, breathtaking.
Yeah.
Every detail.
It's crazy. A lot of people have not been here, or if they have, it was years ago before the expansion. And so I don't think everyone realizes A, like where we are, or B, that we've done this. And now the building feels like it's 7 miles long.
It really does. It was a hike to walk over here.
Yeah.
And the bar's way down yonder. So we had to, move around a little
Get your
bit.
steps
Always
in.
get us another drink. It's going to take like 20 minutes.
We might as well
That's
order
what the
one
shop
now.
boys are for.
It's been great. Expansion was crazy. Tons of new space. But yeah, I think we're just, as much as we are trying to advertise, a lot of it has just been word of mouth, and so people just aren't as familiar yet.
Yeah, for sure.
excited
Word
that
of
you guys
mouth
are here.
here, right here.
That's
Love.
what we're here for, obviously. But there's like a full restaurant too, and then event space and just so much. What other stuff is here? Like
Yeah, so full restaurant and bar that's open 5 days a week. The bar is open 7 days a week, and we do tours 7 days a week. So we're
Oh, cool.
always open. The restaurant right now is open Wednesday through Sunday,
Cool.
and we do lunch service Wednesday through Saturday, brunch on Sunday. It's phenomenal.
Okay, we're brunch. Wasted Truth brunch.
Yes,
let's do it.
Wasted Truth brunch. Bring it on.
I'm like never awake for brunch. Just
Yeah,
blowing
you're
my own
just
problem.
going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just getting to bed when brunch
That makes
starts.
sense.
Yeah.
But Phil, I'm so excited to like learn more about you and because you guys know each other.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while.
Yeah.
How?
'Cause-
Tell us.
Because so I work for like a side hustle that I have is I work for my friend Jamal, who I went on the pod at some point.
Shout out to Jamal.
Shout out. And so I would work like different. He has a bar, portable company that does like events and whatnot. So a lot of weddings, a lot of like private events and stuff like that. So that's how we met because you used to do wedding planning. Yeah. So lots of weddings.
T.
Yeah, and now full circle, Jamal works here all the time.
Does he really?
Because of our distillery license, we can't serve anything that we don't produce.
Oh, that's
so when
so
we do
funny.
events that want wine or outside spirits,
Third party yet?
we have to bring in a third party. And I was like, who better than
Jamal.
Aperitif and Jamal?
Yeah, that's so funny. Small world.
Small, big cities, small city.
Yeah, for real.
Big city, small town.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks.
But yeah, I mean, like I just know that Phil has all the fucking story. I mean, the amount of weddings that we've worked together and like some crazy shit goes down.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have
It's never a dull.
stories for years.
Yeah.
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 You guys-
good and bad.
I mean, I want to do my wedding here. I want to get married in this room. Actually, I want to get married right in here.
Done.
So you guys, I'm assuming you do a lot of weddings and like corporate events.
A lot of weddings and corporate events. We've done a little bit of everything, which is nice. It's been a really good shift for me moving from doing just weddings for so many years into like managing the events at a venue where we get to see a lot of diversity in what we do, which is really cool.
I mean, I should have my baby shower here. When I have another
redo
kid,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
not happening.
I was like, oh, are you putting
One
that
and
into the
done.
universe, Jill? Jeez.
No, God. Knock on wood. Where's the wood? Oh.
Everywhere.
Anyways, so we like to do a little icebreaker question.
Okay.
And my icebreaker question is, do you remember your very first alcoholic beverage that you've ever had? Ever?
What was it?
What was like Everclear and lemonade
Oh.
when I was like 16?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
That'll get you fucked up. Oh,
I
man.
haven't
Everclear
heard-
was such a thing in high school.
I have
Totally.
not heard
Mine was
the
like
word Everclear in so long.
Everclear. Yeah, we had like Everclear, like the
Like-
pink panty droppers.
The
I'm
gag
sorry?
reflex kicks in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Because that was like Everclear and like
Yeah, what's
pink
pink-
lemonade, like the pink lemonade powder mix, like that you'd get in like the big jars.
That's crazy.
and like, yeah.
Tang.
Pretty much, yeah.
Shout out to Tang.
Basically.
Shout out to Tank.
Hold on, I'm looking up where the fuck Everclear came from. Hell.
Straight from the 7th layer.
Yes, absolutely. Oh God, yeah. That's very high school. It's very a la 16-year-olds. Yes.
You know.
Oh yeah.
So
It's American.
Hey, it'll get you there.
of course it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's so awful.
95% grain alcohol. It's got like the corn on it. The red corn.
Yeah.
That's the hell corn.
I'm scared. So we used to go on float trips. Like we would just, a bunch of people, we were in the Midwest. We would just get on the river and we would all make these apple pie shots, and we made it with Everclear, and those motherfuckers were so good. And we would get jugs of it, and we would just drink it the whole entire time on the fucking river, and we would just get absolutely sauced.
Yeah. I mean, if you make anything with Everclear, you can make it taste good, but you're going to be
unwell.
wrecked.
Yeah.
Dead.
So
Dead.
how I lived this long, I can't be too sure.
Proud of you.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
Hallelujah. Anyways, so Phil, where are you from? Like, how did you get to Nashville? Like, give us the tea.
I'm not from that far, so it's
Okay.
not a super fun story.
Make
I
it
was
fun.
Born in, I was born in
Make it
Savannah.
sound more interesting, okay?
I'll start over. I have a super fun and exciting life.
That's better.
Don't we all?
I was born in Savannah, Georgia. My dad was military.
Okay.
So I was born at Fort Stewart down in Savannah. And then when he and my mom got married, had me, and then he was stationed at Fort Campbell. So I grew up in Clarksville,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
right outside the city, and then went to Belmont University for school. So
Shout out to Belmont.
Shout out to Belmont, honestly. Great
What'd you
school.
study?
LOL. My
I didn't know they
bachelor's
taught
is
LOL.
yeah, I majored in it. My bachelor's is in exercise science, and my master's is in sports administration.
Okay. LOL.
LOL.
Yeah, very different, lifestyle you live now.
Totally.
That's so fun.
I feel like that's like for most people, like you start out with an idea, then you change your major like 15 fucking times, and then
That's what I did.
you finish with something,
Right.
and then you just are not. You don't do
know.
that.
I feel like I don't know anyone these days who is using their degree.
But also
I don't use mine
I'm jealous of the people that were like, this is what I want to do, and then they actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
and stick with it.
And it's been like what?
It is rather impressive.
Yeah. Still
But all
bartender
of
for
my
me.
experience in college was based around events. So
Cool.
I did all of the socials and formals and semi-formals for my fraternity.
Mhm.
Oh,
I was
cool.
on student government, and I did events for them. I was part of the campus recruitment team. So very involved and did events from the start. And so I think I always had this notion that at least at that time, because that was fucking 1,000 years
How many?
ago.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't have to show your age if you don't want to.
Four
but
score
yeah.
and 7 years.
At that time, it just didn't feel like you could make a career out of
Yeah.
just throwing parties.
Totally.
right? So, and Belmont's expensive, so I could not change my major 15 times. I changed it once to
Yeah.
graduate in 4 years, no more.
Yeah.
Smart.
But I had all of that experience, and so went to grad school because in the same notion, my parents and society in general were like, "You're more marketable if you have a master's degree." I'm like,
Am I?
Okay.
No, they're just
Fine.
they're just trying to pump out more money out of you. That's
correct.
it.
And it
More
worked. They
student
got me
loan
down.
debt.
Yeah.
So
They
2
got
more
you.
years. But the sports administration program at Belmont is really like a general business kind of degree with just a focus in sports. So that was where I got a lot of the background knowledge that I wasn't able to get in undergrad in marketing, finance, law,
Yeah.
those kind of classes that I got in the master's degree. And then all of my internships during that were events based. So I worked with the Nashville Sports Council, and I worked at Belmont where I was going to school, and a couple other places around town. And that was where I really started to actually get connected in the events industry, in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
And then when I finished, it was right out of grad school when I had happened to meet the right people. And the person I worked for before I started here was saying that she needed another full-time planner. And I was like,
Here I
need
am.
a job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
This is great.
Exactly.
Um,
Match made in heaven.
yeah. So it worked out really well.
Did you work while you were in school?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Must be nice.
Sorry. No, I did not. I had super fortunate. My parents always told me that school was my job.
That's awesome.
And
No,
so,
that's amazing that you were able to do that.
It was, again, super fortunate. But it was just internships and I say I didn't work. I gave tours on campus for like, I don't know, $2 an hour. Like
minimum wage.
Yeah, the minimum. Yeah, what's the minimum wage now?
Like
30 cents a fucking hour.
Absolutely, yeah. With taxes and everything taken out, it's
so,
$0.
Yeah, and so
you're actually paying to work.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I do pay to work.
Literally get nothing. So your first job, you made connections, and what did you do?
I was a wedding planner.
How was
like
that?
5 years. It was good.
Yeah.
Hectic.
Hectic.
It seems like it could be a lot.
It was a lot. It's
Long
one
days.
Of those. This is very different. So these are the only two like full-time jobs I've ever had. Wedding planning and then here.
Yeah.
So and this is a great place to work, great structure, but we are corporate owned. So there's a lot more of that corporate like guidelines. We're working for a local small owned like wedding planner. There aren't as many like rules really.
Yeah. Totally.
So I mean we were working all the time. There was no like, can I just have a day off?
No.
Too bad.
Impossible.
Wedding.
Yeah.
Club.
So,
another club. Another wedding.
No
Another wedding.
Yeah.
It was brutal. But it was great. I mean, like I loved being in events. Weddings specifically was really cool because there's so much build up. I'm a very emotional person, Cancer moon. And so, so like the emotion that went into weddings, when it was good, and you're like seeing this couple through this whole planning process and then seeing it all come to life on the day of is like I cried at every single wedding.
I was gonna ask how many weddings did you cry?
Every single one. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Dude, there's just something about a fucking wedding that just makes a bitch cry.
Yeah.
I've been in 2024 I was in like 4 fucking weddings. Like I officiated 2. I was in like 3, maid of honor and like a bunch of them. And
Jill, you're so popular. You have so many friends.
What can I say? But like, you're standing up there and the minute you see people just walking down the aisle, you're just like.
Right. Well, and it's worse for the ones that you're in because you're being photographed.
Yes.
Ugly.
I was in a few weddings last year, and that's all I could think of. I was like, I want to cry so bad, but also I want to look cute in this photo.
Are you an ugly crier?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the Kim K cry?
Not quite that bad.
Okay.
Not quite that bad, but it's pretty gross.
All right, like, could you have like any like wedding horror stories?
Oh yeah, like,
I'm dying.
So many.
Like,
Okay, so how many bridezillas? Did you have more bridezillas than not, or like?
No,
okay,
we would get on average like 1 or 2 a year.
Okay,
that's not
which
bad
is not
odds.
bad.
Yeah,
But when they're bad,
they're so bad.
They're like, I want to leave the city and change my name so that you can never find me again. Bad. Like,
she's coming after
we
you.
Worked one of the most notable worst weddings that sticks out to me is we were doing a wedding at Cheekwood. And the couple, and really the family, the couple was like fine. But the mother, it's always the mother.
It's always the mother of the bride.
Always the mother of the bride. So don't be that way.
I won't.
It was like day before setting up big like tent, flooring for the dance floor because it was all outdoors. So there's all this setup going into it. And I remember a comment made by the mother of the bride. The rental company was like setting everything up, but not doing it fast enough for her. Meanwhile, it's 24 hours.
You have a whole day before.
Also, why are you here?
Yeah,
you be
exactly.
doing a luncheon or something.
Or like, a rehearsal party. Like,
sorry. Scram, lady.
Yeah, A, why are you
having a spa day, like relaxing?
Anyway,
be anywhere.
So of course she's like micromanaging, and at one point she made a comment about the help not working fast enough.
Not the help.
The help. We've talked about this in the podcast before, like being referenced to as the help is so both demeaning and also hilarious at the same time because it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
It was probably Tina, that bitch, the one that I talked about in the podcast.
Yeah.
There can't be that many people that still say
the help.
Things like the help, right?
We're in the South. I feel like it's more common
you
here.
You think, but then you find the one person and you're like, I'm sorry. Do you know what year it is?
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
You didn't say that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. And then just from then on, because we all were like,
yeah, that's when you get standoffish and you just
right because you
people are making your day what it is. So what if you didn't talk to them like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Your first don't fucking do not refer.
Do not refer to us as the help.
Please.
Oh, it is so fucked up.
What if you could just open hand smack her?
I totally would. Totally would.
What if that was more accepting? If someone acts crazy and you just fucking put some baby powder on your hand and just fucking smack her in the face?
The way I would eat that shit up. There would be so many people getting just.
Everybody has baby powder handprints all
you
over
ran
them.
into Philip, didn't you? Totally. And I'd leave my rings on too. Bitch.
You're
It's open hand. You're fine. You can't go to
I
jail
broke
for
my
that.
nail, and you're gonna pay for it.
Any other ones? There's got to be so many.
I know. I'm trying to think. That one was really bad because from there it was just like all
Downhill. Because I feel like you just like kind of mentally check out at that point. Like,
Yeah.
I just got referred to as the help. Like now
Yeah.
I don't feel very helpful anymore.
I'm
Like
actually going to be
yeah.
as not helpful as possible.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one we did at one of my favorite venues, Reba's old estate.
Oh, I've worked
at
quite a
Cherokee
few
Dock.
events
Oh my
there.
God.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm
The
pretty sure
Reba.
the Reba McEntire, the one and only.
It was her old house.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Reba.
Shout out to Reba.
Yeah, it was her old mansion that she used to live in. It's a gorgeous house. I've worked
Beautiful
plenty of
property.
events there. Oh, one of the weddings that I worked was one of the Preds
Oh,
players.
yeah.
I
worked
want
his
someone to
wedding.
refer to my. I want an old mansion.
But if I remember correctly,
my old mansion.
I feel like you're going to talk about a wedding that I actually worked.
Okay.
If I remember correctly.
I don't remember
I don't know.
if you were at this one, but the husband was a firefighter.
Oh, okay, no, that
Okay.
wasn't this one. I was thinking of the one that was like, it was like circus themed.
Oh my God. And they
Shut
had
the
the big
fuck
mask
up.
because they
Yes.
met at Burning Man.
Yes,
Okay.
Wait.
that was a,
That was not a horror story. It's just fucking weird.
yeah, it was a
They-
weird wedding.
You like met at Burning Man? Say less.
Yeah.
I understand.
Right. I know exactly who you are.
They went to the burn. You mean?
The burn.
Oh.
They felt the burn.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the firefighter also felt the burn. What did they do?
I'm sure
What
you
wedding
did.
was this?
She was so my former boss, the owner of that company, is Latina from Miami. You know, so
Okay, so you from
this
Miami.
bride was
Mhm.
from Miami, and she was like, "This is gonna be great. We're gonna get along great. Everything's gonna be good. We're
Mhm.
sisters."
Wrong.
Incorrect. She was miserable, and the husband, not just because he was a firefighter, probably I don't know.
What, did he have like a
was just
god complex?
No, he was such a nice person.
Oh,
But
Like,
she was a
the
nightmare.
opposite, but she was absolute hell.
opposites attract.
The worst pickup moment of that wedding, besides the confetti cannons that I'll get to in a minute.
I'm so sorry. I don't
Anyone
know what's
that-
going to come out of your
anyone
mouth
that does
next.
that
This
shit
is
is
crazy.
We set up, I mean, their wedding was beautiful. Cherokee Dock is like big budget,
Mm-hmm.
you know, couples.
Yes,
Um,
100%.
And so we work with White Ink Calligraphy a lot, local calligrapher. She made these beautiful, like,
cute.
stationary name cards for everyone's seat, you know, the whole thing. We had set everything up. It looked gorgeous. The couple walks in, and we'd been working all day, and we always used to do like a room reveal for them.
Mhm.
So like we won't let them see the
Mhm.
reception space until it's fully done. And then we would bring the bride in and like, ooh,
Yeah.
all this fucking work all day long. And most of the time there was some sort of like reaction. Homegirl walks in, goes straight over to one of the tables and looks at one of the place cards and goes, "The ink was supposed to be gold." And turns and walks out.
Hateful. She fucking hated you guys. That's so
Bitch,
rude.
what?
Of all things,
Check
like,
yourself. You didn't
didn't even look
did you?
around.
Yeah, no.
It's like
Also,
she knew that was
Are
going
you
to be
even
the
paying
case.
for it, babe?
Right.
Like
Oh my God, probably not.
that was.
Awful. So
and
then
you're just
again,
standing
that
there like,
attitude. Yeah, we're like, okay.
Yeah.
you guys have to fix
It
it.
just like wipes
No.
a single
What-
tear away,
yeah, right.
and then
No, because what are we going to do?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are some things that we can fix. There were a lot of last minute things that like we got very good at
Mhm.
thinking on our feet. Who can I call?
Sure.
You know, another good thing about working in Nashville's hospitality and events industry specifically is like everyone is so collaborative.
Oh, cool.
There's no
That's great.
competition for the most part. You know,
Yeah,
That's-
but everybody wants to
that
help
is
out when they
really
can.
cool,
Yeah.
especially because the amount of events and weddings that happen here,
right.
and it's like a destination spot now too.
Yeah.
Like it would be really like poor business
Right, poor
to
taste.
yeah, and poor taste to like
It
just
would be ugly.
very
It would
ugly.
be. Well, and like if you, the second that you don't do that, and one person is like,
Like I don't want to help
asked-
you.
I asked them and they didn't really do anything. I mean, then word's just going to spread, and then you're like the black sheep.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
then you're
So I think
don't
that's
be
another
burning bridges.
motivator. But yeah, with that, there's like nothing we can do. So we were just like,
Sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
sorry. We were working
talk to
for.
your calligrapher about that.
Right.
Claire White does an excellent job. But it was nothing to do with her.
Those also is like some of my favorite things. Like it would just crack me up so much when I'd be working weddings and like people are just so weirdly specific about what they want. They're like, oh, I want like this gold ink, or I want this like type of silverware, blah blah.
Sister, you're
I'm
not going to fucking remember that.
Not a single goddamn person gives a flying fuck
Thank you.
about the silverware that you use or the type of linen that it is. They want to show up to this
Clock
wedding.
that.
Food good? Is the bar open?
Exactly. And like, do I look cute? Like, that's it. That's all they care about. Like, I want
Yeah.
to take photos in the cute photo booth and get drunk for free and eat some good food and party. Nobody gives a shit about anything else.
Do
So
you-
when people spend like obscene amounts of money on weddings,
Yeah.
it cracks me up. Like,
Yeah. So do you stick around through the whole, like, you watch the whole wedding, you stick around till the
Totally,
end
we were
of
there
the
until
fucking.
first one on site, last one off.
yeah.
Okay. It makes me wonder, like, did most brides and grooms just get absolutely shit faced?
No.
Just that would just be me.
I mean,
that would just be us.
I would.
Yeah. At
I
our
just
wedding,
think- but
It
I
was
also
if we get married, you will. But if I get married,
no, me and
I'm
you are getting
fucked.
married.
I'm gonna be.
Oh, we're getting married together?
when you get married.
Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
No, I mean when they would, it was always more fun when they
Mhm.
would.
Mhm.
But we would have the occasional who would like not want to drink at all because they were nervous about not remembering stuff. Or,
I mean,
True.
that's-
and that's fair.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um,
I would want to remember if I'm spending X amount of money on like
I
my
wanna
day.
remember my
I would like to.
$100,000
Yeah.
night.
yes.
Oh, girl.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That kind of money just cracks me up. So you could put a
In-
down
May
payment on a
that
house.
kind of money find us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we're manifesting. So wedding planning. So how did you tell us about how you started here? Like, how did Nelson's Greenbrier find you?
This is a hilarious story, and they actually did find me, which I
Okay,
think
T.
is so funny.
Ooh, they poached you?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I went to college with a girl named Sarah, now Kozlowski. Great last name.
Shout out to Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah. We went to college together and kind of stayed in touch post-college, and she now works for the company that does all of the like branding and marketing content for Nelson.
Oh, cool.
Fresh Creative. Shout out to Fresh.
Shout out.
And I remember it was October, November of 2021.
Okay.
So like still slowly creeping out of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I miss
Uh,
COVID. We were just talking about
The fuck?
I miss
Sister,
COVID.
what?
I don't miss the
Get outta here.
actual like pandemic sickness, but I miss being at home and not
Okay.
having to work. Sorry.
Miss
Leave
having-
Clarify.
Yeah.
Lead with that.
Like getting paid a stimulus every week and not having to work. That was kind of nice. but
That was
no,
what I missed. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me be clear.
Yeah, phew.
I did not.
Oh,
I'm too much of a workhorse. I was like just like
No, I love
itching out of my skin.
I lived.
Yeah.
I lived. We can.
Yeah.
go back to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sarah works for Fresh. And October, November of 21, they were doing a photo shoot with Nelson's for their new Nelson Brothers line that was going to come out in February of 22. So Sarah reached out to me and was like, hey, we're doing this photo shoot. We just need some bodies. Like, will you be in the room? You get to drink whiskey at 10 a.m. Me not liking whiskey at all. I was like, make it sweet tea and I'm there.
Yeah.
So I showed up, did this photo shoot with them, met a couple of the folks that work here because they were also on site for the photo shoot. I was just like talking, being myself, which is loving and charming and hilarious and fun.
Obviously.
Absolutely.
And we started talking more, and Dara, who runs our, she's our social media and like community manager for Nelson's. She reached out to me and was like, we would love for you to be a friend of Greenbrier, which was before the expansion, days of old, was this like influencer relationship kind of program that we had. You got a cute little card, and it was like when you came in, you could do a free tour or get a free drink.
Oh,
Blah, blah, blah.
fancy.
So I was like, sure. So
Is it like a membership thing or is it like an invite only
it was
thing?
an invite.
Okay.
So
All
very
right.
Exclusive.
Humble brag, but okay. I see how it is.
But I got my little card, and I felt really cute, even though, again, did not like whiskey at the time.
Mhm.
So that was just not for me, but
Yeah.
it is what
Are
it
you a changed man now?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like 90% of what I drink now, which is a wild shift, but it's good whiskey.
Yeah.
Right?
I was drinking really shitty.
Yeah. Okay.
Not gonna name.
No, we're not going to name names.
Um,
we could bleep it out later if
Yeah,
you want.
No, I'll be very cautious of that. But yeah, so February of 2022 is when we launched the Nelson Brothers line of products.
Mm-hmm.
And I got invited to the launch party. It was at the rooftop, the Sky Deck down on 5th and Broad.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the launch party there. I met Charlie and Andy Nelson at that party. Met a few.
Shout out.
Shout out Charlie and Andy. Met a few of like the corporate people who were in town for it, and then people who worked here at the distillery. We all just got to talking. they learned that I was in events. We were talking about just a slew of different things. And again, this is all pre-expansion, so we had a much smaller space at the time. And a couple of them asked if I would help them plan a Pride event here that year. And I was like, that's pretty sick. A whiskey distillery that wants to do a Pride event is unheard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome, though.
So I was like, hell yeah, I'm in. I was working a lot with HRC at the time, too, so we kind of talked about that. And so that year, I worked with the Rainbow Collective, a local LGBTQ group of artists and musicians. Shout out to Rainbow. Giving a lot of shout outs.
Yeah, all the shout outs. Like, that's what we do, man.
So shout out to them, but I worked with them, got a couple of artists to come in and just play the Saturday of Pride weekend that year. And they just set up a very small like performance area, acoustic in the Oak Room. They did a couple drink specials, and it was like after the parade or during the festival, if you want to come in for like a place to cool down, you know, we had the cool fashions, whatever.
Because it'd be getting fucking hot here.
Yeah, it sure does.
Pride
especially
weekend,
especially in June. Yeah,
miserable.
It's miserable.
Lots
of sweaty balls.
It is major sweaty balls. Helped them put that on, and then like right after that, they were getting ready to go into this expansion and hire a bunch of new people. And I was Erica's first hire. Erica's our hospitality manager. Shout out to Erica.
Shout out to Erica.
I was her first hire, but there were several people from here who were like, "This event was great. We're about to open this.
Let's
position.
do more.
You should apply." So yeah.
It seemed very, that's awesome.
Very like right time, right place.
It was meant for you.
And clearly you love it. You've been here 4 years now?
It'll be 3 in September.
Hell yeah.
So,
Cute.
Yeah.
Was it this building that you were, is
was
this where you guys have always been?
This same building. We've always been in the same building. So the Oak Room has always been the Oak Room.
Gotcha. Which is like a little over on that side.
It's a half a mile away, not a full mile.
The bar is the full mile. But yeah, just around the corner. And it was much smaller, not as cute. I'm talking like run down. I mean, all of the Marathon buildings are kind of like grungy.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Lived in. Well loved. Yeah. But it gives them character, which is what I like.
We had one small makeshift bar that didn't have like a running water well. It was like just ice.
You got to start somewhere, babe.
And then we had a prep kitchen around the corner
Yeah.
that like we had to get everything from. So it was very DIY. It worked for what it was at the time.
Totally.
Our tasting room had one small little horseshoe bar that could seat like 12 people. And then our gift shop could fit also probably like 12 people.
Now you can fit like 12,000 people in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's huge, yeah.
So that expansion started so I started in September of 2022. I was in the old space for about 3 months, and then the Whiskey Garden and Cooper's Club, the space was actually what opened first.
Which is beautiful in here.
I'm telling you, like I'm absolutely gagged.
Is this just like, so this area itself can just be like rented out for its own thing? Do you get like a lot of like office?
Yeah, what's the vibe? Like, what do you get? Like, what's happening?
Surprising amount of like happy hours, like corporate group happy hours.
That's cute.
Employee appreciation stuff. I've started to see this room be rented out more for like corporate meetings. Because that corner, I know you can't see it, but that corner has kind of like a boardroom feel. Yeah. Big, long, live edge table, massive TV.
I would want all my meetings to come with a side of whiskey.
Right.
Let's go. Let's go.
Can you like get a bartender like here while they're, if they can
if
request that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Hell
Corporate baddies.
Right.
Rent it out.
Call me.
I mean, it's a nice change of pace, I'm sure, to get the fuck out of like the office and come here.
Right. I do think that's a big selling point for us is like we can do events with just food. We have mocktails and obviously like NA beverages. So it's like even if you don't want to have a full bar at your corporate meeting, you can still come, but we have a very different vibe than most places. And the number one thing that I hear from our corporate people is like, we're tired of being in hotel conference rooms or like hotel ballrooms.
Oh, absolutely.
They're so boring.
So boring.
Like, again, I can't get over like every little detail. Even like right before we started recording, I was like, oh my God, I love the fucking ceiling fans. The ceiling fans are cute. Like, I'm sorry, huh?
Yeah.
It's very well thought out and it's very beautiful.
Another fun fact, some of the panels on that skylight actually open.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get some nice breeze in here.
Or keep that bitch shut during the summer.
Yeah, period, like we said.
You're not wrong.
It's going to get hot and I'm going to be a bitch.
Yeah, immediate cunt when it's above like 90 degrees.
Mad.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah. No, it's fucking awesome. And I feel like it's probably like a really nice place to be and spend most of your time in.
It's a phenomenal place to work, and a bonus, of course, when like these spaces aren't rented out. We have really nice offices, but if this space isn't rented out, like why would I sit at a desk all day when I can sit in the whiskey garden?
Yeah,
and do my work,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get some actual natural light, you know?
Yeah.
Do you have any like do's or don'ts when it comes to like guests trying to book an event here?
Yeah. Tell us like what's the tea? How not to get booked.
Oof.
Have you had to deny people?
Oh,
We haven't had to deny people, but we have a few people who are blacklisted.
After the event happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
no. What did they do? We don't have to say who they are.
We don't need to name names, but what did they do?
Sister.
Like, what the fuck?
One of the first holiday parties I did
Oh,
after we opened everything. So holiday party, probably going to get wild, fine, whatever. But one of the first holiday parties I did, we found people doing coke in the bathroom.
oh,
We found at one point someone was so like high or drunk or both, he smashed his glass on the ground in the middle of the like dance floor in the Oak Room, smashed it on the ground, and then was like kicking it around with his feet and saying that he was a sprinkler.
Oh,
Okay.
my God.
jail.
Federal prison. Do not fucking do that.
Don't fucking do that. That's
Why would you smash a glass on a dance floor anyways? Like, unless it's an
sorry.
accident, like that was clearly on purpose. And you know, those drunk, dumb bitches love to take off their shoes and dance. Like, you're just
you're gonna
waiting
get-
for
Yeah.
an
You're gonna get some
accident.
glass
Watching
on
the
your toes, babe.
footage back from that was messy.
Oh,
So
God.
we'll never see you again.
Yeah.
What else have people done? We've had a
insane.
couple of wedding clients, unfortunately, who just like abused the system early on, because when we first started doing events, we didn't have like everything that we have now, or the knowledge of how the space really works.
Sure.
So when we were first starting, we're still learning about how we can effectively use the space and the staff.
Work out the
and
kinks.
Still working out the kinks very much. And we had some of those people early on who were like, well, if I sign my contract now, like for a wedding that's in a year, like this is what I signed. Which, sure, but don't be like that.
Yeah.
It got bad. There were a couple of weddings really last year. I feel like by now we've worked most of it out. There were a couple of weddings in our first full year where people were just like, that wasn't in the contract. And I'm like, no, but it's also common sense. Don't be a dick.
People don't have
You know what I
common
mean?
sense.
No.
It's the one thing that you learn
And people will be cheap assholes when they
when
want to get something for free.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
if it's
yeah.
not distinctly written in the contract, maybe, like, get the fuck out of here.
The way
Like,
we have tightened that shit
Yeah.
up, like a fucking cheerleader ponytail girl. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Edges are gone. Tight.
Yeah.
Tight.
So
no.
definitely been a learning curve, but it's also been really fun.
Because you're all learning together. It's
We're
like,
all learning
yeah.
together. It's
and clearly it's like a team that all works well together as well, so that helps.
very much so.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's been good. It's also been cool. Like, I loved doing weddings and working in that industry, that part of the industry, I should say. But again, it's nice to see like a lot of diversity in the events that I get to do now. And because I was the events team for the first like few months, before I was able to hire people,
Yeah.
it's truly been something that like I've been able to build and like shape and
Yeah.
figure out what I want it to be, what works well for the brand.
Yeah.
And that's been pretty cool.
Yeah, and they obviously trust you because they like.
You're
Thought it
running.
out.
You're running
Yeah.
the shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you have behind you?
Oh, should we get in?
Let's get into the So, for those who are unfamiliar with the brand, do you want to give us a little, just kind of like, tell us about it?
Just
Yeah.
about the brand.
So Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery was actually the #1 seller of whiskey in the country back in the 1800s.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Party.
original Charles Nelson had.
Hey, shout out to Charles Nelson,
Charles,
the OG.
yeah. There's going to be another one coming. But he developed this.
Sounds so ominous.
Pour with it. He developed this recipe for whiskey back in the 1800s, and just to give like the brief rundown, part of his like marketing, getting the word out for the original distillery and the original product was just publishing everything, transparency through and through.
Oh, cool.
So he was one of the first people to put his whiskey in a glass bottle, actually, as opposed
Oh.
to like selling it in
A bucket?
a ceramic jug or a bucket. Or
It's like the 1800s. That's a
straight out of-
bucket.
Just a
Right.
big
don't
old
know.
sloshy
Yeah.
bucket.
Okay,
Here's your
well,
whiskey.
Oh my
so
God. That was a big sell. And then when he would try and get people into the distillery more to like tour it and see what was going on, because this was all happening even back then. He had reporters come in and actually write down the mash bill, the recipe.
Oh wow,
That's
And
so smart.
That way he could be like, this
Very
is exactly
transparent.
what's going into your product.
yeah.
And that's the only reason why we have the product that we have today, truly.
Wow.
Because the recipe was published. I'll grab this bottle first.
Which, by the way, the branding on that is it's the prettiest whiskey.
It's a really pretty bottle. Yeah.
So everything about
Bottle
this
it.
bottle. Fast forward. I don't want to skip over Louisa. Charles Nelson died, and when he died, he handed the business over to his wife, Louisa Nelson. Shout out to Louisa Nelson. She kept the business running through Prohibition. She is the one who trademarked the label back in the 1800s.
Crazy.
So it truly is a vintage label. Like I feel like a lot of like whiskey brands nowadays are like relabeling or like making it all different. Rebranding to make it look like cool and vintage. That's legit actual vintage. That's sick.
So she is the one who really like kept everything going. And then once Prohibition really hit, the story of the family and the business just kind of faded out, right? Because she was also heavily involved in the women's suffrage movement, didn't want to be associated with whiskey during Prohibition because it was very like déclassé. So the name just kind of faded, and it turned into like, we had a moonshining grandfather, right? Which everyone in Tennessee has a moonshining grandfather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's tied to some sort of grandfather in moonshine.
Yeah, Everclear.
Yeah, there has been a wedding I worked where the grandfather and the dad were all walking around with their homemade moonshine, handing it out to people.
Hell yeah, illegal.
Yeah, very illegal. I did not partake.
Fuck the rules.
Yeah.
I did. Oops.
So that's kind of like the story of the family. And then Charlie and Andy Nelson rediscovered the brand. An insane story, like lightning strike kind of moment. They were visiting from college, were going through like Robertson County area with their dad near Greenbrier, Tennessee, and saw a road sign, like one of those historical markers.
Yeah.
And Charlie was like, "Hey, Charles Nelson, that's my name."
Mm-hmm.
Even their dad was like, "Charles Nelson's not really like an uncommon name."
It's
so
a kind of, yeah.
Much about it. But they started asking the questions. I think it was Ancestry.com, learned that they were the great-great-great-grandchildren of
That's
this
fucking cool.
Yeah, that's
Right.
wild.
So
Holy
once they were
shit.
able to prove their ancestry, they got access to all of these like historic documents, old bottles, like
Wow.
the recipe,
Yeah.
the label. So this bottle, what we put our
It's the ASMR. Oh man, you got the nails for it.
You gotta do the
this bottle is a 3D printed replica of the original bottle that he would use. The label is, obviously we added like the gold foil and stuff, but the label design is original. And the product that's in here is the original recipe.
That is really fucking cool.
Well, why don't you shop boys? Are they in here? Hey,
Hey,
why don't you guys
hey,
come
shop
pour
boys.
these for us, please? That's
He's in his hole right now.
Really
crazy.
interesting story.
But it makes sense why it would get lost because it's
The glasses over
fucking
here. Sorry, buddy.
1800s.
Oh, sorry.
So like,
We got Shop Boy on deck.
Hey, thanks.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then so that is the original like flagship product. And then from there we've just created all of these different riffs, and they've had a lot of fun distilling and making all of the stellar new stuff.
and you do that all here in house.
When did they start here? Like, clearly this was
2014.
Okay.
I believe.
so a little over 10 years. Nice. Okay.
We just last fall we released. We did like a special 10-year bottle. We've done so many things I can't remember.
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
was.
It's
We
hard to
did a
keep
special
up.
10-year bottle that was like the first barrel.
Yeah.
that
Whoa.
they had done, or they started aging
Mm-hmm.
when they moved in and hadn't opened it until.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Wait,
Cheers.
teach us how to taste it. Like, what,
Ooh, okay.
give us,
Yeah.
walk us through it.
Talk about chewing your whiskey. Have you ever heard that?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you're just supposed to sniff, sip, I feel like you already know how to do
Sniff, snip, snip.
Snip. Oh,
Chew.
no snipping here.
that. Please.
I mean, we
Keep
know,
your
but
snip-
people
keep your
don't know
snipping
that.
away from me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just sniff, sip. You're supposed to kind of swish it all around, let it coat everything.
That's good.
Swallow, exhale, and then there's a little bit of a burn.
That's always the first one, and then you go in for the second one, and it's smooth.
It's supposed to be way easier.
Yeah, which is delightful.
But it's a great product.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Thanks.
Do you get a lot of tourists here on the weekends?
Yes.
I mean, with
Tourists.
the amount, because in this area we are in like Marathon Village, so we have Nelson's Greenbrier. Next door is Marathon Music Works, and then there's like where the American Pickers, like used to be, and then there's like all this other stuff
Like
over
the
here.
TV
But
show?
it's changed. Yeah, they used to have like a store over here,
Oh.
so it's like super touristy, and you get people walking around. But then you also get the tour line that comes through the bus.
Yeah, the trolley.
The trolley.
So yeah.
So do you get a lot of tourists that pop in?
Majority of our business is definitely tourism, which is great. We have a really good partnership with the Old Town Trolley, so we work with them a lot.
Cool.
Are you like a stopping point on their tour?
We're not a stop because of the path, that they take. They're only allowed, I think, to have so many stops, and they have one right down the street, so they would have to change another stop in order to make us an official stop. But we're on. I think we have branding on the back of one of them.
Cool.
We're in their brochures. I mean, they talk about us all the time. They drive right by here, so
Yeah.
can't miss it.
And especially when people
There was
are
one
finished
pulling
with
up
the
as
tour.
I got
Yeah,
here.
when people are finishing up, they can come over here.
The days that we're open for lunch, they really like push crowds to come over for lunch, which is great. So, and then I feel like the Marathon Village community as a whole is pretty tight, and
That's
so
awesome.
we'll push some of the shops down there if people are looking for stuff to do. Or like there's tons of great boutiques down there. I feel like they do the same for us, and so it's a good relationship.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you get a little bit more business whenever there's like a show at Marathon Music Works?
Oh yeah, maybe like stopping here, grabbing food before.
Yeah.
I would
Show?
totally stop in here before a show.
It depends. I think it depends on like show timing.
Sure.
Our hours are also still a little
okay.
because we're working through it. So like we're only open until 5. So unless you're gonna get here at the restaurant, when it
Gotcha.
is open. So unless you're gonna get here at like 3:30 and eat and then just hang out. I think that is an option. We're working on extending our hours, getting the restaurant open 7 days a week. So I think once we are able to hit that point, we'll see a lot more like pre-show business.
And so you guys close at 5. Does the whole place close at 5, or does the kitchen close at 5? You guys, the bar's still open.
Kitchen closes at 5. Bar will stay open a little later.
So how long?
7 on Fridays and Saturdays, and I think 6 on all the rest of the days.
That makes sense though, because again, it's still in this area. It's still like a growing area. I mean, I used to work at Marathon a million fucking years ago, and I feel like there was like nothing around here at that point, and it's like just watching it grow is just crazy. But that's like most of Nashville at this point.
Yeah,
but
it's been an insane amount of growth. I don't want to give this building all the credit for that, but I do think since we had our expansion, there's been a little bit of like.
Absolutely.
Everyone else in Marathon is like, oh shit.
Also expanding.
I mean, you guys set the bar so high.
It's like, like you guys did this over here. Marathon expanded their area. They have like a whole other side room and like
cute.
that kind of stuff too. So it's like cool watching that grow.
I mean, Nashville's growing, baby.
Nonstop.
There's so much, so many new things.
Yeah.
So many new places.
I can't keep up.
How long have you lived here in Nashville?
Since 2012.
Since 2012. Okay. Same.
Yeah.
Twins.
How many years is that? 1 million?
13.
That's enough.
Shut the fuck up.
Enough.
We're not that old.
Enough out of you.
Hey, you over there? Shut the hell up. So like, what's like a normal day in the life with you? Like, what's your, like, tell us.
It's pretty standard 9 to 5 for the most part.
Yeah.
Because I do have the management part of the job. So I'm more of like people managing and sales for events. So pretty standard office hours. It's a lot of emails and then a lot of just like, as long as I'm in the sales part of the role, it's a lot of just like charming, smiling, being the face of the events here, which I love because I love attention. But I've been super fortunate because it's not a hard space to sell.
It's really not.
You know? So people.
I don't have a lot of monies, but if I did.
Hey, no, remember we're manifesting that.
Yeah, we're rich. I'm rich.
You don't have a lot of money yet.
Exactly.
It sells itself, so it makes my job pretty easy.
Yeah.
Cute, so.
I mean, I couldn't imagine someone coming in here and being like turned off by the space. Like it's so, again, That's so fucking beautiful. And I just can't get over it.
It's figuring out how to mesh what people want or what they think they want.
Yeah.
And like
big on what they think that they want.
What they think they want, big on that. And figuring out how to like, oh my God, I'm really fucking this up.
It's fine.
Figuring out how to make the space match that without like overselling, under promising.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. We have had a few people come in, few and far between, but there have been a few people come in and say they want to do XYZ. And I think at first we were so hungry to just sell the space to everyone. And we've learned a lot recently of like, that is just not realistic for us.
Yeah,
we would love to have it here. We can't though.
Yeah.
We've like really learned our limits. But there are a lot of ways where, again, people think they want certain things. And if you can just like walk through their full vision with them and say, okay, I hear you saying this, but what if we did it like this, our way, in a way that's realistic to us, that still gives you what you want?
Yeah.
And then people eat that shit up.
Yeah.
So
it's all about just like proper communication and being able to talk to people and like understanding people and what they want. Cause like obviously like they'll say one thing, but like, you know, they want it like this instead.
I mean, we
And
see
it's
that a
working
lot,
with that.
us just being bartenders.
Absolutely. Like people saying, oh, I want something that tastes like this, but it's not sweet, but like this, that, and the other.
Please, but not too sweet. I'm like, shut the fuck up and take this tequila soda splash of pineapple.
And get out of my face.
basic.
I feel like that would
Bitch.
actually like work really well with our rapid fire round that we have with the what would Phil do?
Let's do it. A little segment break.
What would Philip do?
Yeah, so I said, I just put WWPD,
PD.
and I'm glad that you knew what I meant by that.
Because I understand you, bitch.
Hey, hold my hand for a second.
Bestie.
I love you. I wish I could hold yours too.
We're too far away.
No, but I wanted to like make something.
I'm just now
fun,
reading
like,
these and they're cracking me
They're
up.
crazy. So I'm like, what would Phil do?
No
Just
plug.
crazy situations that maybe you've probably been in or maybe not, but like
Yeah.
Phil would take a shot. Actually, wait, we haven't actually taken a shot. You just did, but cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
Sorry.
Ahead of the
First
curve.
shot we've just been sipping because we're adults.
Yeah, I was intimidated.
Obviously. Sorry, that went down.
By the way, before we do that,
Except Nick.
there,
It's too early in the morning for
the
this.
drink menu here, beautiful.
Oh yeah, I had a smoked old fashioned. It was fire. What did you get?
So I got the
Carrot cake.
what is it?
Who spiked the carrot cake?
It's literally carrot cake in a glass. So if you bitches like carrot cake,
And I know some of you do.
I know you bitches love the carrot cake.
I see you.
She'll die if she drinks it, but
I'm not gonna die. I'll just hurt a little bit. I'm allergic to carrots. I know that's weird.
That is weird.
went down the wrong hole.
See, I told you I'm not the only one. Screw you guys.
No, it's so good. And also the names of all the drinks are super fun.
Yeah, the bar team has a lot of fun coming up with the names.
That's
They
really
do
cute.
such a good job. Shout out to your bar team.
Yeah, shout out to the bar team.
I want another drink. When we're done, we'll get another
Oh
drink.
yeah.
Okay, what would Phil do? What would Jesus do?
Boy, those things are.
Alrighty, first one. A bachelor party requests a petting zoo at the distillery.
No. Not just
Immediately
no.
no.
But fuck no. Immediately no.
Not a no, a fuck no.
Dogs?
Has anybody asked for anything insane like that?
No, we've had a couple of like dogs during the ceremony request.
Or just like someone
But-
coming in and be like, I want.
Is that okay? Do you allow that?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, the dogs
Just during the ceremony.
Just okay.
I want a naked woman with sushi on her boobies.
No, that I would allow.
Okay, T.
Yeah, but
That is technically illegal.
What do you?
In the state of Tennessee, you can't serve
Oh,
booze
that's true.
and have nudity.
what?
What the hell?
Why do you think all strip clubs are BYOB? You're not allowed to show full
I'm
nipple.
sorry.
My
You didn't
My mind-
understand this? This is new to you guys?
Totally.
I just
blue
I thought
figured
everybody
it
knew
was
this.
Tennessee being fucking stupid.
No, it's illegal. There's even when I worked at Marathon, we would have burlesque shows,
I should be arrested.
and
then.
there was a
Yeah,
I know, right?
straight to jail.
There was a person that was in the audience that was like an undercover like ABC licensed person.
Okay, cop.
They're like
Narc.
and like one
Narc.
of the nipple covers fell off a woman while she
And
was
he
doing her
arrested
performance.
everyone in the
No, we just like Marathon
I've
just
had
got
a
fined.
big cell waiting for
Yeah.
all of you that are coming with me.
Marathon got fined
What?
because you cannot have
Okay, fun fact.
Right.
Tennessee's lame. Well,
facts.
I truly never knew that.
I never, we knew that like strip clubs are BYOB, but like you don't
That's
think
why.
of that.
Yeah.
Well, baby, I was behind the bar at fucking OG
But it-
pulling my titties out. But literally, we would play this game, sidebar, we would play this game.
We
where
would, yeah.
We're sick individuals. Like, we were just acting like no one could see us, but like we would play this game where one of us would pull our titty out and we would just sit out and we would
Wait
like,
for the other
wait for the
bartender
other
to catch on and see it.
I wonder if there was fucking guests that were like tourists that were from out of town. They're like, that bartender's tits hanging out. Like, where are we?
Yeah. They're like, does she know? What's happening?
Should I say something?
Yeah, exactly.
Say something.
So funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Now you
I
know.
should be in jail.
Hey, everybody learned something today.
If the sushi is covering,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you just can't eat the sushi off the poor girl, so she has to sit
put
there
it
just.
elsewhere. Eat it from everywhere else.
Yeah.
She could wear like
no.
Doable.
she could wear a bra and be covered in sushi.
No,
That's
naked.
allowed.
We need naked.
I need sushi pasties.
Okay, yeah, sushi pasties.
Would allow.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
Got it.
All right. A client insists that the groom arrives in a whiskey barrel. Like, are you thinking like an actual whiskey barrel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one of
That's
these bad boys.
like pop out of it like a cake.
I would allow it.
That would be fun,
That'd be
right?
cute.
I don't know logistically. how
I'd
to
knock
do it.
if you
like-
like the dick, knock it over and just fucking
Yeah.
kick it.
Good luck.
Stick him
Roll
in there and then roll him in, and then he pops out
Yeah, I think that's
It's like the birthday.
like a
cake.
Jack in the Box, not the fast food restaurant, like the toy.
I love Jack in the Box. Shout out to Jack in the Box.
Oh my god! All right, this is the last one. A client wants an event where no one is allowed to drink the whiskey. I feel like you kind of
Yeah.
it's a lot. They have options like
No, they
mocktails
were like,
that.
no, but they're like, we don't even want to see it.
Then this is not the right
Hide
space for
it.
you, babe.
Yeah,
Like
then
the fuck.
you probably got to bounce.
The fuck?
Like, why are you doing an event?
You should probably.
At
I'm
a
just imagining
distillery.
you talking to like a 7-year-old woman, being like, "You should bounce." She's like, "What?"
Sis, you got to go.
Time to bounce, boo.
Bye, Pookie. The double hand wave.
Oh my god.
No, one of the very few times that I've kicked people out of the bar, when I get pissed off, I'm like, bye.
That is my favorite. That's how you actually know I'm probably really pissed off, because I'll be like,
You squinting the eyes.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so fake. It
the
hurts.
fuck out of my face.
That's what. So the episode, it's not out yet, but I talk about the worst guest that I've ever had. Nikki was there, semi for it. We had already kicked her out, and she was like camping out of the patio. And Nikki was like, "I saw that you were editing the note." I'm like, "Yeah, do you see that bitch sitting outside? It's because of her." But there's a point in the night where she just out of nowhere goes, "I've never loved anybody in my life," and I go, "Okay, T." I said, "Oh, what did I say?" I said something like, I just said something, "Okay," or whatever, and I just pointed at her and I go, and I walked away. I'm like, this girl doesn't even know where she's
Work
at.
diva.
Boots.
Like sucks to suck.
Boots the house down, babe. I hope that lady's doing bad.
All right.
Where's
Not
the
this- Not this again.
fuck your life?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck your life. Bing bong.
There you go.
I don't know. Like I've been in the industry for we've all been in the industry forever, but
Yeah.
that was the hands down worst person that I've ever had to deal with. Do you anyone specific? I feel like all of us have one person or more than one, I guess, if you work on Broadway or whatever. But like, is there anybody that you've ever had that was just like, I want you to lay across the train tracks?
And they're right
And
out back.
I'm gonna
too.
put you there,
I'm gonna tie like in the old.
and then I'm gonna drive the train.
We don't have to
Sorry,
name
I'm sorry.
names. This is a,
like old school. Like I want to get a rope
Yeah.
and tie her to the fucking train
Jeez
track.
Louise.
Yeah, fuck that lady. Tina, right? Tina?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't have to deal with her. You did.
Tori.
Tori.
It was Tori with a Y, not even cute.
Woof.
I don't know. Was there anybody that you wanted to tie to the train tracks, or
Or-
whether it's even like in this industry or like wedding industry or just in general?
I honestly don't know. I don't want this to sound like a cop out. I feel like I don't have an answer for that.
Great.
Um,
No, you're blessed if you don't have an answer for that. Like you're lucky.
there have been a lot of people where I've been like, I simply never want anything to do with you again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to tie him to the train tracks.
Okay.
No, so just you
Maybe
wait.
I'm just
It'll happen
dramatic.
one day.
Which
Yeah.
means there's one on the way. Probably.
Yeah.
And I
I'm
need to
sorry. I
start
don't want to
planning.
manifest
We're not.
that.
Yeah, we're not manifesting
I don't want to
that for you,
manifest
sorry.
that for you.
But it is crazy though. I think all the time how like unfortunately it's always the like really really bad clients that stick out more than
All the
the
good
really,
ones.
Good
really
ones.
And that does suck.
Are you
That's
still friends with any
frustrating.
of like the people that you?
I am. There's
Yeah?
a few of my like former brides who I still talk to pretty regularly. One
Cute.
of them is I was there for her baby shower. After they got married, she like immediately got pregnant. It's like, yes, queen. Was there for the baby
She
shower.
has a plan.
She did. And she's knocked it out of the park. I'm still close with them. I actually, one of the first few weddings I did here was one of my fraternity brothers. that I hadn't really talked to or like kept up with since college, and he was, I think, 1 year or 2 years ahead of me. So I hadn't really kept up with him, and then we got in touch about this space, and I was like, well, I'm the event team.
It's me.
Surprise, it'd be me. So I did their wedding here, and now we've gotten like super close since they did their wedding here. So there's been a few.
That's awesome.
Cute. I mean, it's hard.
So we
not
have to
love
remember.
you.
Yeah, we have to remember that like there are still good people that we get to deal
Oh
with.
yeah, we're always bitching and shit, but like
Yeah.
I have some, like, obviously I've met all of my best friends. Hold my hand again.
Oh shit,
I
sorry.
love you. And now I love you too. No, we just meet some really, really incredible people. I know we
Yeah.
bitch and we say we don't fucking do, but like obviously we do what we do because we love it.
Exactly.
And it's fun for the most part. There's always gonna be fucking the bad apple.
Sure.
Tori. Tori.
Look at you.
I
You
keep
did-
forgetting her name. Fuck her.
You did say Tori.
Yeah,
With a Y.
that's Tori.
Yeah.
Tori with a Y.
Tori, not with an I.
Just as I thought.
Mhm.
Trash.
Just as I thought. Trash.
Any other final notes before we get into our lightning round?
Oh yeah,
are
we do like
finishing
a
up.
yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, like, let's get the people in here. Like, if you're listening, if you guys are
Yeah,
coming to
please.
Nashville, like, you want to try a local whiskey. I think a lot of people, when they come into the bar, like, do you have a local whiskey? Do you have a local beer? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you guys want to do something fun and be sexy, come here.
Yeah.
If you're sexy, come. If you're ugly, don't.
Sexy bitches only.
Sexy bitches only. Ugly ones hide out and make sure we're safe.
Stay in the car.
Oh
Be
my
the
God.
Yeah, you can't drink. You're the designated.
Imagine if every group that came in, we just picked out the ugliest.
Like,
You're the DD.
uglies, stay outside.
It was like,
Oh.
In another dimension.
like that old phrase was like, "Oh, I drink till you get hotter." Like that. No, it doesn't.
That's
won't-
not happening for
Won't
you,
work
babe.
for
There's
you,
not
babe.
enough Everclear in the
You're
world,
on your
babe.
own. You are on your own.
I will boof a bottle of Everclear and it will. And you're still ugly. I'm so hateful. Sorry, I was.
She's been on a hater tangent.
No,
this week,
baby.
and I
My
love it.
Instagram bio says hater first, mom second.
And I mean that shit. I said it with my chest.
And like the other day, I was like, "You guys, I woke up today and I'm trying to be less of a hater." And all my literally 90% of the people that responded were like, "Why would you not be a
When?
hater?
Why?
Yes.
Stop!" I'm
Are
so
you okay?
I've never
I'm sorry.
not seen you be a hater.
And
I'm
then
confused.
2
What's
hours
going
later,
on?
I said that was a long 2 hours. I've decided to keep hating.
Yeah.
And
Some things never
everybody was
change.
like,
Phew, thank God.
You had one goal, Jill, was to.
I just
Be a
I am who
hater.
I am, you know.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yeah.
respect that. There aren't enough haters in the world.
Recruiting all haters.
Now calling. Honestly, the way I love to read a bitch for filth. We're gonna get along great.
But yeah, like, come to Nelson's Greenbrier. Tell us the hours. Tell us the
Yeah.
vibe. Like,
Yeah.
plug
Tour-
yourself, girl.
Tours, tastings, bar 7 days a week, 11 to 6, Sunday through Thursday. Jesus Christ.
What's today?
That one shot just got
Wow,
like sent us.
11 to 6, Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 7, Friday and Saturday. And then restaurant is open Wednesday to Saturday for lunch, 11 to 5, and Sunday for brunch, 10 to 3.
Sweet.
And
Book-
I'm here
And you can book
Monday
some
to Friday.
tastings and do all that fun stuff. Yeah.
corporate. I'm sorry.
All you
Saying
corporates
words.
out there.
Corporate.
Hey, all you corporates, naked sushi.
Yeah.
Don't eat the sushi off the tip. though.
Whichever corporate bunny calls me first to do naked sushi gets a 50% discount. Period.
You heard it here
Phone's
first.
gonna be
folks.
ringing.
First call.
I'm dead.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, we're so funny
Okay.
and hot. That one shot got me feeling
She's feeling good.
Okay, so we like to end every episode with like a little lightning round. We're gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay.
I'll do one. You do. We'll go back and
Okay.
forth.
Deal.
What's your guilty pleasure drink? Like, what's your drink?
My drink.
Yeah.
My nasty little slutty.
Little cocky walkie sale.
What the fuck was that, Jill?
Cocky walkie, babe.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm a dirty martini girl.
Okay, gin or vodka?
Well, if it's a dirty martini, vodka has to be.
Mm.
But I love a dry martini with gin.
Okay.
Lemon
Yummy,
twist.
sophisticated.
Goes both ways.
I do. No, I don't. I was gonna say I do go both. No, I don't.
Go-to karaoke song.
Ooh. it's either gonna be there's a Taylor Swift song that I sang specifically when I was in college, night after night after night at karaoke because I was a mess. But again,
So you were going through
years
it.
ago.
Yeah.
Still am.
Better than this.
It's not that one.
Okay.
It's probably something by Taylor Swift.
What is it?
It's probably something by Taylor Swift.
Heard.
Has
We
to be.
hate her, but that's okay.
Okay.
Love
Talk
you though.
about that later.
If you weren't doing this, well, I guess this is for whatever. If you weren't doing this, like if you didn't actually have to work because you were a rich queen,
Yeah, with your rich
well,
baby daddy.
what would you be doing if you could just fuck off and just like do something for fun?
Oh, I'd just be like on a yacht in Greece.
T. Instagram baddie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Totally.
Influencer?
I would 1000% be an Instagram baddie. Not necessarily influencer because I still don't want to have to like do that much work.
Yeah.
I just want to
I want to get paid $150,000 for one Instagram.
for existing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's ideal. Yeah,
Real.
that should be everybody's dream. The hell?
Aside from here, what's your favorite bar? Like, where do you like to hang out? Like, what's your go-to?
Big fan of Barrel Proof.
Shout out
we
Barrel
had,
Brew.
shout out. We had
Shout out
Jason
Barrel
on.
Proof.
Yeah.
Huge fan. So we did our the first holiday party I planned for like employees at Barrel Proof.
Aren't
Nope, that's a lie.
Oh,
It
he's
was
a liar.
It was last year's holiday party, not the first one.
Weren't they just such a fucking delight
They're a
to
dream.
work with?
Jason, Hector,
Ugh.
who else is over there?
Hunter.
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 Noel. Is it Victoria? There's a
Maybe.
whole crew over there.
There's
that
a whole
I'm
They're
just
they're
fucking
all so fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Barrel Proof is great. Perfectly Fine over in the Nations is another new favorite. It's in like I'm in Sylvan Park.
Oh, okay.
So it's also selfishly like my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Love Perfectly Fine.
We're talking with those guys to do an episode over there too. So
Hell yeah.
stay
You
tuned for that.
I took all of my friends there after I did like a house party for my birthday this year.
I did the same thing.
And I warned the boys at Perfectly Fine. I was like,
Get ready.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be coming in hot around
Yeah.
like 8:30 p.m. with a squad.
They said 8:30. That's
So
early,
fuck
babe.
that. Yeah.
It was a house day party.
Yeah,
That's what it
totally.
was.
I love a darty. Thank
A
you for
darty.
saying that.
Shout out to Darties.
Yeah.
Shout out to Darties. Hell yeah.
Okay, last question. What's your favorite drunk food? What do you just fucking? I'm sorry.
It's McDonald's. It's McDonald's.
What's your go-to McDonald's order?
Oh, sis, if I'm drunk, I'm fucking up McDonald's. I'm getting a double cheeseburger.
Period.
I'm getting a 10-piece nugget. I'm getting
What's your dipping sauce?
probably also a McChicken.
I
like
love.
I'm getting.
I love a
I'm
McChicken.
I'm eating.
Fuck.
Dipping sauce has to be barbecue.
Tea.
Has to be.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Well, we do have the one
I'll
final
spend-
question
I'll
that we
spend
haven't asked.
yeah, yeah.
$40 at McDonald's on
40?
myself,
Yeah.
Like-
Easy.
and I'm eating it all.
Yeah.
So
It's impressive.
Me and my man love to eat. We ain't missing meals, babe.
All right.
Meals never missed by me. Sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine. Actual final
Final
question
question.
is: if you could have a drink with someone dead or alive, who would it be?
OG Charles Nelson. What's that motherfucker got going on? I want to drink whiskey out of a bucket with that man.
I honestly would pick either. I can't decide between the two. It would either be RuPaul or Michelle Visage. It would have to be one of the two. I'm super gay, and I'm dying
Very,
to
very
meet
gay.
and have a drink. If you could,
Hell yeah.
I feel like RuPaul would be such a fun person to have
RuPaul
a
would be a
drink
mess. His Instagram lately is
I am
unhinged.
unfucking hinged.
Have
Really?
you seen the videos of him in that stupid little wig with the pigtails and the black and white thing? And he just comes out from around the corner and he goes, "I just shoved a nuke up my pussy."
Yes,
Oh my God, no, I haven't.
I'm sorry.
I
get
saw
this fucking mic
I saw that the other, and he's posted like 2 or 3 different
Yes.
versions of it. I
Oh
sent it to
my.
my friends the other day, and I was like, "He's not doing well."
Yeah.
You need a wellness
the
check
sound
on
of I
RuPaul
just
Charles.
shoved
Yeah.
the nuke up my pussy. I have to. We'll show you after this.
Okay. Oh, can't
Like,
wait.
Someone needs to do a
And that's why I love people that are celebrities and they deserve to be celebrities. But they post stupid fucking shit like
yeah,
that.
and who gonna check me, boo?
And who? Asking anyone out there gonna check any? No. Mm-mm.
One day that'll be us. We'll be the celebrities that people will be like, we're concerned. But
God, I
all my
love
friends
you.
are gonna be like, "Please check on me." If he says he's doing okay, he's not.
Check his pulse, babe.
speaking of that, where can we find you on social
Oh,
media?
yeah, plug
So we
yourself.
can make you
I keep it pretty simple. I'm just
Yeah.
Philip_Heil on everything.
Mhm.
PHILIP 1L _HEIL everywhere.
And how can
Easy.
everybody find the Greenbrier. The
We
Greenbrier.
are
The Greenbrier.
We are Greenbrier Distillery on Instagram, Facebook. The website is greenbrierdistillery.com. Nelson's, Google it, bitch.
You got a phone,
Google me,
bitch.
How are you listening to us right now? Use it. Okay.
Oh, before we go, try to check us. Call our number. Who's gonna check me?
Also,
Call me. Text me.
I'm gonna check myself, and I'm so glad I did this. It's actually Nelson's Greenbrier on Instagram, not Greenbrier Distillery. The website is Greenbrier Distillery.
Okay, T.
Nelson's Greenbrier.
We'll figure it out. We'll tag it all below.
Yeah, you guys can call us at 347-927-8333.
Yeah.
You can find us at Wasted Truth Pod on Instagram, YouTube,
And TikTok.
TikTok.
All the above.
And if you can find me at Jilly Vanilli with 2 I's on the end, and you can find Nik
At Nicolette K, spelled NIKOLETTEK.
And always remember,
Your hair looks great.
and we love you. And if you don't tip 20%, your mom's a fucking whore.
Facts.
Oh yeah.
Bye.